welcome to the episode 4 of our program entitled Heal Your Lifestyle. To those who have been with us, welcome back. And to those who are new, thank you for being with us. Feel free to visit our website for the episode that you missed. Heal Your Lifestyle is a program that educates, inspires, and motivates you to change your lifestyle. If you have any question, do drop us a message. At the end of this program, we would like to organize a series of question and answer via Zoom. And we would like to invite you to join us. Our lecturer today is a wellness lifestyle doctor at Penang Adventist Hospital and occupational health doctor from Intel, Malaysia. He holds a medical doctor degree from Christian Medical College, Vellore, India, and a Master of Health Science in Occupational Medicine, Safety and Health from Edith, Cowan, University, Perth, Australia. His main interest is in the area of wellness, inspiring people to aspire and achieve greater health in mind, body, and spirit. Currently, he chairs Penang State Branch of Diabetes Malaysia, also the volunteer doctor for Penang chapter of walkwithadog.org, Just Walk Penang. To talk about Heal Your Lifestyle against heart disease, I present to you Dr. Dicky Ng.
Hello, I'm glad today you come to listen to this talk. I'm going to share with you about how to protect your life against sudden heart attack. Now, this talk may save your friend if you pay attention to it and make it your life lessons. You can know that in USA, averagely every year there are 220,000 heart attacks, and 10,000 actually happen in workplaces. And in Malaysia, according to the Department of Statistics, in year 2018, there was 50 heart attacks every day. Isn't it scary? Now, in this talk, I'm going to share with you about sudden cardiac arrest, or what is called suddenly a person just fall down and no more moving. This is a death from the definite or probable cardiac causes within 1 hour of the onset of the symptom. And how common it is in the world, under the age of 35, about 1 to 3 per 100,000 people. And for people who are older than 35 like me, the incidence increased a lot more. It increased to 10 to 75 in 100,000 people. And now, I have just shared with you just now that in Malaysia, 50 happened every day in year 2018. Now, what are the causes for sudden cardiac arrest? The most common being the heart stop, the heart attack. It can also happen due to electrocution or asphyxiation, meaning loss of consciousness, and death due to inadequate, insufficient oxygen in the environment. Now, what to do with this? How to prevent this? Now, sometime in people who have the gene that is due to inherited or in congenital, that means developed during pregnancy. So if you observe in your family member, in your relative, there are such people that happen in sudden cardiac arrest, then you have to be more careful. Now, for those people who do not, but yet if you feel sometime breathless or chest pain, that when you exercise or when you exert physically, when you climb stairs, when you walk on a slope, or if you have unexplained dizzy spells, unexplained blackouts, especially when you start exerting. Sometimes if you move and you have prolonged palpitation, the subjective sensation of heartbeat. If you sense all these things, you might want to do something about it. You might want to go and consult a doctor, or more accurately, a cardiologist to evaluate your health. Now, when we actually suspect this for families or anyway in family or individual with the symptom, you can first go to your family doctors, or you can go to a local physician, or you can go to a cardiologist in the hospital. Now, with all this assessment, now how can we know ourselves if we are at a higher risk of sudden cardiac arrest? The first thing is, in the internet, in many websites, there are some appraisal system, self-scoring system, that you can evaluate whether you are at a higher risk. Self-rating heart risk appraisal system, you can use that first. So in this system, there are 3 fixed risk factors. Fixed, or I say you can't change it anymore. If you are older, more than 35, you are at a higher risk. If you are a male sex, if you have testosterone, you are also more likely to have problem. And genetically, some family are more prone. This is something like design. In certain design of a car, they have advantages on certain aspects, like maybe driving stability. The others may be more toward comfort. So design. So you have this fixed risk factor or non-modifiable factors. Age, male sex, male gender, and gene. Now, the rest will be actionable risk factor or modifiable. You can take control. Traditionally, many of us talk about the 3 high cholesterol, high blood pressure, high blood sugar. So this has been highlighted a lot all over the world, in the health talk, in the website, and maybe even among your friends in your normal chit-chatting, you will talk about, oh, you already have diabetes? Me too. Besides these 3 highs, there are still smoking and still physical inactivity or lack of exercise. So these are the 5 traditional modifiable or changeable, actionable risk factors. Now in the picture, I will show you the health risk appraisal, the coronary risk appraisal, that is done in my checkup in the hospital in Penang Adventist Hospital. But I can assure you that in many places on the website, you will be able to find, and as long as you can fill in the blank of your blood pressure level, your blood sugar level, your cholesterol level, and all this data, once you key in, you will be given a percentage risk how likely you are going to get heart attack in the next 10 years. So that will help you to see whether you need to go and consult doctors or not. So if your risk is very low, of course, then your risk is so low that you probably think that it's not necessary. So fill in those numbers truthfully, you will get a proper evaluation of your risk to get a sudden heart attack. In many places now in Malaysia and all over the world, public places where there are many people, so the government, the authority will start encouraging people, the owner of the location, to install AED, what we call the automated external defibrillator. This will help to resuscitate those who get sudden cardiac arrest. Because heart attack can happen anywhere. Now, in the place where I go to exercise, the Penang Botanical Garden, there are at least 3 AEDs fixed in the whole place. Because to walk 1 circle of the Penang Botanical Garden, it will take about 2 kilometers. So at the different point, if somebody get a cardiac arrest, if the AED is only available in the office or in the entrance of the gate of the botanic garden, it will take too long for even a 100-meter sprint athlete to bring it over. So we need to keep it near. On-site AED, automated external defibrillator, save time and can really make a big difference in a person who suffer sudden cardiac arrest, because the heart that is stopped can only be rebooted by an electric shock. And EDD is a no-brainer. It is like a semi-AI reboot for a car. If a car is dead, sometimes you need to bring the battery of another car to connect to the battery of your car and then jump-start the car. So in this AED, we will help the person whose heart is stopped to jump-start it. And this will really help the person's survival to increase by many percentage. You can do it even without much training. You can just open the bag and follow the instruction. And of course, if you are familiar with it, you get an opportunity to go to a center where lifestyle support and how to use AED is being taught, you will be more prepared. In Penang, you can come to the Life Support Education Center in the Penang Adventist Hospital. That's where you actually can be taught how to use it. This is just a short workshop. Now, when you find an emergency anywhere you are, you can learn to recognize that if it is a heart attack, it's a sudden cardiac arrest. Call 999 for help. In Malaysia, you call 999 for help. And if you know how to do chest compression, CPR, you should start. And send bystander to retrieve the AED. Ask for help. Apply and use the AED as soon as possible. And continue CPR until medical help arrives. And that will help you to help another person to survive a sudden cardiac arrest. Now I'm going to share with you how to protect your heart against ischemic heart disease, or sometimes it's also called the coronary heart disease. This is a disease whereby your arteries on the heart is blocked and causing not enough oxygen to get to your heart muscle. And people get heart attack. Traditionally, we all talk many things about heart diseases, but there are actually many kinds of heart diseases. But the most common kind of heart disease that we are facing in the whole world, including in Southeast Asia and Malaysia, and most likely your town and your city, is coronary heart disease or ischemic heart disease. The word ischemia means that a part of the body or a tissue does not get enough oxygen. It means ischemia. For example, I think most of us would have had our blood pressure checked before, right? You have a blood pressure cuff being tied on your arm, and then the nurse or the doctor will start pumping in and squeeze so that the cuff around your arm start constricting your arm, so much so that until you begin to feel your finger start being numb, like pins and needles, like ants crawling around. And that actually is a sense of ischemia, inadequate oxygen to that part of your body. And that is actually quite similar sensation when your heart begin to get insufficient oxygen. Except that, the sensation in the heart can be different, can be very different from your forearm, from your finger. And that's why sometimes people do not recognize this is a warning sign. All right, so now let's come to what are the risk factors that make a person more prone to get coronary heart disease or ischemic heart disease. The most common heart problem in the whole wide world. And of course, including your country, including my city. Again, I will repeat, the unmodifiable risk factors, and another part is the modifiable risk factor. So in a person, you can't help it, you will grow older and older. So age is a risk factor. As you grow older, it's like a car, as you use it longer and longer, it's more likely to break down. Or your tire more likely to need changing, or the engine needs something to change. Okay, so age is a problem. We in this world, no one will stay young forever. As much as we like it, it doesn't happen. It's not a realistic expectation. You can try to slow down your age though, if you do it correctly. Secondly, the non-modifier risk factor is male gender, because the body actually, being male, testosterone, we are designed to be more aggressive, more muscular, which is what I like about being male. However, in ladies, where they actually have estrogen, which is a female hormone, one of the most important female hormones, and these female hormones actually will help to give the ladies a better cholesterol profile. Last but not least, the unmodifiable factor is the gene. Okay, it is known that in families where you actually have more likelihood of running in the family as a heart disease. I have a very close friend, a childhood close friend since primary school. His uncle, at least 4 out of 6 uncles are all had sudden heart attack and go. And so that also happened to his father eventually. However, his father lasted much longer until his 70s. Now, the second part, we come to the modifiable risk factor, the one that you and I can take charge, the one that you and I can ensure that we get it right and prevent coronary heart disease in ourselves. So the 3 highs that I've mentioned, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and high blood sugar, or commonly called diabetes, sweet urine disease. Then we have smoking, physical inactivity, or now in the 21st century, we also put sitting, too much sitting, like what I'm doing now, sitting more than many hours a day actually is bad for our cardiac health. And one that is related to the earlier modifiable risk factor of the 3 highs is weight, overweight. Overweight is related to 4 out of the 5 modifiable risk factors. And that's very important for us to control. I would like to give an example of how this modifiable risk factor, when we manage it very well, it can make a big difference in our lives. Many, if not most of you, probably can recognize the President Clinton, Bill Clinton of USA. After his retirement, soon after his retirement, he began to get heart disease. But he's associated with a doctor after 2005. The name of the doctor being Dr. Cowan. And if you go to internet and search for Dr. Cowan, or you search for President Bill Clinton and Dr. Cowan, you will find a few videos. Just choose a short one, CNN with Dr. Sanjay Gupta. And you will find that how President Bill Clinton change his lifestyle, and despite after having coronary stenting and also bypass, he is doing pretty well, up close to 20 years now. Then another program, what we call the Honest program. Honest program is very amazing because it is insurance claimable. It is a alternative. It is a scientifically accepted alternative to coronary stenting or bypass. In America, patients can choose Honest program and learn it in a hospital setting. We also have seen it in the Adventist lifestyle, Adventist health program. We know that from the early scientific study, we know that the SDA man is 35% less heart disease compared to the non-SDA man in California. And if you, among the non-SDA men, non-Seventh-day Adventist men, if you cut out the smokers, because everyone knows that smoking increases the heart attack or coronary heart disease by multiple folds. So if you cut out, you only keep the comparison of the Adventist men versus the non-smoking, non-Adventist men. The Adventist men still have an advantage of 25% protection. Hey, so this is no-brainer. Actually, not smoking does not protect you 100% from not having heart attack, right? All Adventist men are just like any non-Adventist man. We get older and we men are men, male gender. So if you have a genetic family history of heart disease, this cannot be changed. So the difference in the Adventist man and the non-smoking, non-Adventist man is in the other four factors. Well, the cholesterol, the high blood pressure, the diabetes, the physical inactivities, the weight. These five can be changed. And, well, Seventh-day Adventists live a unique lifestyle in diet, also in what we drink, and we also have a unique expression of our faith. We tend to have a closer social connection. And these are all very important for not only coronary health, but it's also for general health. For those of you who are interested in slow down your aging. Now, I've explained the non-modifiable risk factor for coronary heart disease. That is age. We can't change anything about it. We can slow it down, but we can't stop aging. Being male, sex, gender, even though it is possible for you to inject female hormone, ladies hormone, estrogen in your body, I certainly, for one, as a doctor, as one who understands the pro and cons of having estrogen inject in my body, I definitely will not allow my body to be injected with estrogen to protect myself from getting heart disease, because there are many other unnatural side effects of having extra estrogen. Even, it's not just in male, even in ladies. And of course, gene, that's what we cannot change. Now, the modifiable or changeable or actionable risk factor is high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and high blood sugar first. The three highs. The three highs, if you already have it, if unfortunately you just come to listen to this talk and it's the first time you know that it's important to prevent this, and you already have it. So what can you do? I'm sorry I gave this talk so late. But you can still do something about it. You can faithfully, compliantly follow your doctors. Try to manage all these three as well as possible. with medicine, with lifestyle. You can improve your lifestyle so that you do not depend on such a high dose of medicine. But it is quite likely that you will need some medicine. And if you get some guidance, a doctor with a good degree and belief in lifestyle changes, then you may be able to learn how to use your lifestyle to improve all these factors. The cholesterol part, the high blood pressure part, the diabetes part. So with that, actually, you can actually have a better control. In some cases, the control can be so good that you can reduce medicine. And maybe in a few, with a lot of help, with a lot of support around your significant others in your life circle, you might even be able to take off the medicine, still maintaining very good numbers, maintaining a perfect cholesterol level, maintain a perfect blood pressure level, which is less than 120/80. A perfect cholesterol level, total cholesterol level should be less than 4 millimole per liter. Some even will say less than 3.5 millimole per liter. And a normal blood sugar level, despite being known to be a diabetic for a number of years. Okay, what's a normal blood sugar level? A fasting of less than 5.6 or A1C of less than 5.6. That is really a perfect number. Perfect number. So even if you need to use medicine to help to maintain it at that level, you need to discuss with your healthcare provider how to manage it. The second set of modifiable risk factor would be smoking, physical inactivities, and weight. Now we'll deal with smoking first. It's unfortunate that some people actually get hooked with cigarette smoking at a young age. If you are one of them, do not regret. God can give you power to overcome your addiction. So do not give up. Ask your faith provider, ask your pastor, ask your priest, ask your father, ask your neighbor, ask your spouse, ask everyone in your care group to pray with you, to pray for you so that you can stop. Yes, I believe you can stop. You can also get help from your healthcare provider. There are now some doctors who provide smoking cessation treatment. So you can ask them. You can get to your pharmacy, nearby friendly pharmacies to get their help too, because there are also there are also help, simple help that you can use to reduce your addiction. But I truly believe that with God's power, you can even stop right after you watch this video, because God's power is more than what we can imagine. So try it. You'll never regret once you stop smoking. The next thing is physical inactivity, right? Sitting like me. Soon after I finish this talk, I'm going to get up and walk and jump and get some exercise, because my blood circulation has slowed down a lot for sitting for many minutes in front of this camera. Physical inactivity has been said to be the 21st century smoking. Sitting is the new smoking. So be careful. If you sit so much, your risk of getting heart disease increase as a low smoker, a slow smoker, smokers who smoke in the low rate. But it is like it. So are you surprised? You should not be. We are designed to move around. If you see any children, any normal kids, when they are born, they like to move around. In fact, it is because of the adult that telling them, hey, sit down, that they slowly learn to become inactive. So naturally, human beings are designed to move. So get your exercise. Learn to move and track your physical activity by using simple gadget, wearable gadgets, Mi Band, Huawei, Apple Watch, anything, or even just using your mobile phone with you. Last but not least, manage your weight. If you are already overweight, don't be disheartened. Start manage your weight. You do not need to suddenly lose your weight to meet the BMI, ideal BMI. You do not really need to. Just manage your weight. Get to a dietitian. Get help from the dietitian. Get help from a lifestyle medicine doctor. Get help from your family. Get help from anyone that you know having expertise. It may be just a friend. And with that, I'm sure you will be able to formulate a plan, a program to prevent yourself, your family, and even your friend from getting coronary heart disease. Remember the modifiable risk factor and the non-modifiable risk factor. The modifiable risk factor, very important, the 3 highs, and then the other 3. So take action. Get help if necessary. Revise and watch this video again and again. Write down notes and search for more programs that will help you to prevent your heart from getting coronary heart disease. I wish you very well. God's blessings. Thank you.